Hey, it's Kenton Duty. We're here at Hollywood Blanche.
Some of you might not remember PowerPoint. I know all those 90s will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I started 3rd grade, they started like, all right, so you guys got to do PowerPoints. I'm like, what? Because I was like outgoing, but I liked being outgoing from the back of the classroom with my glasses on, you know, not in front of the class. So my dad over there, Mr. Business Consultant, was like, all right, so we need to find him something that will help him, you know, project, use his hands, make connections with his audience as he's talking about his presentation. So he put me in a theater camp because there are no presentation classes for little 8-year-olds, no. So, and that's where the love started, because I'm like, I like this, I like being on the stage, I like singing, I like acting, I like, you know, making something happen. And so that's where it started, and the director of that camp was actually the casting director for the theater itself, Dallas Theater Center. She's like, hey, he's got something. Do you mind if he comes and auditions for the play, Christmas Carol? Which we had no idea wasn't just like, we thought high school status, you know, it's like low-key, a lot of little kids. I was one of the youngest there. And I went in, my first headshot was a Polaroid written on the back, he went to your summer camp. I went in and I sang a cappella. I think they asked for a Christmas song, so I think I sang Joy to the World. My little pipsqueak voice, but hey, it belted out, it was ready to go. And I did 36 performances that year. Rehearsals started in late August, early September, all the way down to the final day was Christmas Eve, where we'd done 36 performances, Thanksgiving to Christmas or something like that, right? Like that was the time frame. I don't remember because it was so long ago. Old. Yeah, there we go. And then, you know, it went on. It's like, I like this. I want to try the rest of it. And so I did, you know, some summer camps here and there. My agent, Miss Osbring, happened to be in town visiting one of her friends who ran the summer camp in the school. And she, you know, saw me do like my little showcase. And she's like, huh, he's got something. So she went over to my parents and she's like, okay, hey, would you guys like to come out for like 6 weeks? If you like, he freaks out or you guys don't like it, you can leave. We came out, 6 weeks turned into 5 months, something like that. So, you know, it turned into like this, whoa, wow, I love this is great. Like I was getting some things here and there, and you know, now it's all these years later that I got a Disney show, but it was like, I'd done a lot of drama before, believe it or not. And then, you know, I got the Disney job, so it was like my first comedic role. It's like, oh, this is fun. I came up with an accent that I can do on the fly. You know, and I became Gunther. And so I learned to dance for that job specifically. I had never danced before. Now, this isn't the worst audition in the history of auditions. This was my test. It was me and this guy who either was nominated for his dancing or won the award for his dancing for Billy Elliot.
Yes.
I didn't dance. My dance was this, and it was offbeat. So they're like, hey, can you do a cool trick? And I'm like, I can do a handstand if I have wall support. And they're like, all right, have fun, go for it. I'm like, all right, so let me show you how it happened. Just remember, about halfway down, my head slammed so hard into the wall that I collapsed. So it went sort of like this. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Give me 1 second. The funny part was, I was blacked out for 10 seconds. So apparently the girl, Stephanie Scott, by the way, was in there with me, and she was like, she told me when we got out, she's like, they were in there, and like, all these people are like nicely dressed. So like, imagine a bunch of people in suits behind a table. Oh my gosh, what do we do? No one's ever blacked out in an audition before. Do we call 911? I don't know. And I get up, I'm okay. And that was it. And they're like, have fun, thank you for coming. And I'm like, I screwed this up so bad. And then a week or a month later, I got to go, hey, so we need you on set for rehearsals for dance. I was like, all right. So that's how that started. Anybody else have questions? Yeah?
How did you guys come up with the accents? Because it sounds unison.
All right, so here's the thing. In my original audition, it was a nondescript European accent. Caroline at the time was filming Marmaduke. So this is for our pilot. So I went in with this, you know, convoluted accent that you hear nowadays. And then after, you know, we'd done the pilot and they recast Tinka, you know, they moved a girl to a different show and they were looking for who can play opposite Kenton. I will not say it. That is to her own discretion. However, Caroline came in and she had this Russian accent. And then she got the part, and then within like the week she just started picking up the bits of the Hessenheimer, like the little bit of the German, the little bit of the Irish parts of it that had to go with the lilt. And eventually, like within that like first week of rehearsal, she had created Tinka. The mean, but sweet, but mean Tinka, right? And it worked well with the oblivious and cute, oblivious Gunther. So there you go.
Like working with Tinka.
She is like having an actual twin sister, because I have younger siblings and they're twins. So I've always been like, I wonder what it would be like to be that. Well, it's funny now, because within the first week of knowing each other, we were finishing each other's sentences. We knew what each other liked to eat, what each other liked to dress like, when the other one would get cold, and when the other one would get warm. Like, it was this weird thing, like, it's like, are you reading my mind? And so, I mean, we really bonded, and I think everybody's able to see that through the chemistry that we have on the show.
I am Gunther.